Hey everybody, Jason from Joyful Noise Chop Shop. Time for a little story time. So I got a bunch of parts for the 46 Chevy Rat Rod. Kind of just talk about the when I went and got them. So here is the actual body, the cab and the front fenders. So I really like the 41 to 46 Chevys. I just like the front grille and the way that the fenders were. I got a pretty good idea of how I want to do this. This originally it was on a frame when I bought it. I'll try and insert a picture here in the video. So a little story about this. Found it on Marketplace. It's about 3 hours away. So called the guy, said, yeah, well, want it, come take a look at it. Me and my dad went and got the trailer and drove there, got to it. So what it was, basically, this originally, it was on a, a 1.5 ton frame, I believe it was. It was originally a dairy farm truck. So in 1946, a dairy farm in Wisconsin actually bought this, and it was on their farm for many, many years. Last time it was registered was 1972. That was the last plate that was on it, and the registration was still actually in the glove box. From there, it looks like it sat. The guy that I got it from, he bought the property on a tax rebuy, and it just had a ton of vehicles on the property. They had a 68 Camaro, or a 68 Charger. They had some Camaros and Chevelles, and they had a bunch of old cars. This one guy owned the property for years and just had all these vehicles sitting on it. And then when he, I think he passed away, the property went to auction for taxes, and then they bought it, and they were selling all these vehicles. So kind of a cool little story. So this was actually a truck on a dairy farm in Wisconsin. Would be nice if you could actually see that still on there, but it's barely there. You can kind of see some of the writing on the door, but that would have been cool to have on there. So this is the actual cab and the fender that's going to be going on the truck. Next piece that I got here is the powertrain. So a little story behind this one. It's always good to tell stories about when the parts and, building a hot rod or rat rod or whatever. It's the adventure of building it is actually the more fun than anything of what I enjoy. So story on this. This was on Marketplace. It came out of a pickup truck, out of a Chevy square body pickup truck. Kid was selling it. It was running when it came out. It's got a decent carburetor on it, newer distributor. It's got a new starter on the side, new alternator. It's a 305. I like 305s because they sound really good. I'm not looking at something for a huge power, but I just want something to be able to kind of sound good. It's got a 350 turbo transmission, headers. So it ran, got it. So going down to get this, drove down there, everything was good. Met the kid, real good kid. He's a young kid that's just getting started out in hot rodding and trucks, and he's got an old square body. He's going to do like an LS swap in it. So he's learning, so it was great. Start coming on the way back, and the truck that I borrowed my dad's truck, the catalytic converters, the front catalytic converters on the truck kind of blew apart and clogged the rear catalytic converters. So the truck died, couldn't drive it, had to call my father to bring a trailer down to haul his truck that I was borrowing back, and then we got it back. So it's just a little adventure that we had trying to get the drivetrain and the powertrain for that. So this should be a good powertrain. I'm actually probably going to be trading this motor. My son has a 305 that he already has a cam in it, and did a little bit of work to it, and that one runs really well. So I might just trade him for this block. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, so the next piece is the box. I always got a story about everything, it seems like. So this is off of, I think it was a 63 Chevy. So on Marketplace, found it. Guy had the whole truck for sale, and I said, hey, you wanted to sell the box? He says, yeah, sure, I'll sell the box. I said, okay. This is about, whatever it was, about 5-hour drive. So I'll get a hold of the guy, and I get down there and tell him, hey, okay, have the box off, and I'll bring someone down to help me load it. Okay, cool. We get down there, and the guy's like, I forgot. I made a mistake and didn't take the box off. So I'm like, okay, so well, let's go get the box off. So we'll go and take the box off, and the bottom part of the box, the bed, was a 1/4-inch steel plate, and they had welded it right to the frame. So we actually took the box apart, Because all I need is I need the sides, all the sides, tailgate, not even using the fenders. So I just needed all the sides. So that's my story on that. Drove all the way down there for that. But that's the story on the box. And finally, the story on the frame and tires, I guess. So the tires, kept looking for a good set of tires. I wanted to get the whole front and back tires, one of the wide tires for the back, and some smaller tires for the front. Trying to find some around here was terrible. Trying to find them, I got a couple leads on a few. I don't want to pay full price for this stuff, so trying to go marketplace. Finally found a set down in Kentucky, and it was like, oh my God, it's gonna be like a 12-hour drive. But I was gonna do it, so I told my kid, I'm like, I found some in Kentucky, I'm gonna go get them. So he's like, let me look. So he gets on Facebook and looks and finds these, and they were only about 4 hours away. So went to go get these, and when I went to go get them, I seen this frame for sale. It was an S10 frame. So it was like a mid-80s S10 frame, already stripped down. The guy already had it stripped down. It was just the frame and the wheels. And I'm like, well, it'll work perfect. So I got a hold of the guy and said, hey, I'm coming through there because I was actually on my way to get the tires. And he said, well, I got another guy that's already going to get it. I'm like, okay. So I went and got the tires and then come back through. As I'm coming back through, I said, hey, I mentioned him back, said, hey, did that guy ever show up for that frame? Nope, he never showed up. So just come on, take a look at it. So I quickly drove over there, took a look at it. I said, yep, I'll take it. Well, that other guy might show up. I'm like, well, I said, I want it. I said, I'll come back for it. I'm going to run home and get a trailer and come back for it. Here's $200 for the frame, and I'll be back for it. Okay. So I go back and get the trailer, and I come back, and the guy was kind of, worried or upset because the other guy did show up and did want the frame, but I had already bought it from him. So he actually took the guy out to lunch because he was upset that he kind of got confused on the times and stuff. So that's the frame, the story on the frame and the tires. So in building these hot rods, rat rods, or whatever, when you're building stuff, it is fun to have stories about it. I always have all kinds of stories. So what kind of stories do you guys have? Make a video and tag me in this video to see what kind of stories you have about your builds, or just comment below. So new channel that we got here going, so like, share, subscribe, all that stuff that you're supposed to do, so you can get more content that's coming with these videos. So hoping you like them, and keep wrenching. See you guys later.